Hello, insiders. I'm Asante.
And I'm Chantrice.
And welcome to
Intimate Insights. This podcast was created to unify men and women that are in current committed relationships, engagements, and marriages that may be experiencing signs of division.
We want you to know that there is a roadmap that can guide you to the destination of unity. Relationships should be built on an effective communication,
mutual respect,
and pure enjoyment.
Your relationship should not feel like a difficult task. So join us.
And let's follow this roadmap together. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Tay Biz.
And I'm your girl, Chill.
And welcome to Intimate Insights Roadmap for Relationships. We are here again to discuss a topic, a continuation of a topic that we had in one of our episodes. This is part two of the nice guy, good man topic that we had. Yeah. And so this topic, the title of the show, I called it "Beware of the Nice Guy." I know that sounds crazy. That sounds deranged, but we're gonna go ahead and unpack it today. But before we do, how you doing this fine day?
I am doing just fine. Now that I'm looking at you, of course.
Oh, stop it. Whatever. You so chewy and mushy.
You love it.
I like it though. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I mean, don't be trying to call me out on the tens and ones of people that listen to our show.
That was just a small snippet, y'all. Yeah,
the tens of people. No, but okay.
How are you?
No, I'm good. I had a nice breakfast this morning. Mm-hmm. I made a nice omelet. Had some sausage and bacon, tomatoes, onions, and bell peppers.
So you chefed it up this morning.
Yeah, chefed it up a little bit and had some nice coffee. You know what I'm saying? And so I was having a good morning, man. It's not too bad. Okay. Not too bad at all. Thank you for asking, my darling. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome, dear.
All right. So we're going to talk about beware of the nice guy. Now, again, we're going to unpack the nice guy. This is like a reprise, I guess, of the other episode that we had. Mm-hmm. In all transparency, I kind of wanted to bring this back up again because because on our Facebook group page, that's www.facebook.com/groups/intimate insights. Just in case people want to know, it's also in the description as well of the podcast. But I wanted to unpack it because I think that some people were conflating the nice guy and the good man as if they're the same thing or the same idea, and it's actually not. So if I may, I would like to start, if I may.
Absolutely. Okay.
So the nice guy is the guy who enjoys pandering to women's emotions, I would say feelings, and they enjoy, telling them what they want them to hear.
Yep.
The last time we talked about the nice guy, we talked about him seeking validation over being the leader he's supposed to be, or being the man with the structure that he's supposed to have, without it always seeking the approval of the woman, in a
Mhm.
sense.
Mhm.
So the nice guy is the guy that panders. And so a lot of times when you hear men talk, if you hear a man talk about, if you hear a man trying to uplift women, but in the process of him doing that, he's downplaying other men,
Mm.
that man is pandering to your feelings. He's trying to incite you so that way he can excite you.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Mhm.
So sometimes we have this even in our churches, where you have some pastors who pander after women from the pulpit. They will
Mhm.
say things to incite your feelings so that way they can excite you to do something.
Mm.
Insight is what happens on the inside of you that stirs up the courage, and then the excite is what you execute from that feeling.
Right.
So if you hear a pastor who is talking about men, downplaying men, don't mess with men, but that's broke, he this, he that, he live with his mama, da da da, all this kind of extreme crazy stuff that he knows most men are not doing, then she done sipped her tea already.
Yeah. I take sip, y'all. I take sip.
Being, saying stuff like that to
Mhm.
incite you to be like, "Ooh, yeah, pastor, say that," right? And then
Right.
you give him the amen, and then you get so excited you start throwing money on the pulpit. So he incited you, and then because nothing he's talking about is about salvation.
Right.
He's
Right.
just giving his opinion on what he think,
Right.
but
Playing to
he's
your
but he's
emotions.
but he's downplaying men in order to get to uplift women, and you don't have to do that.
Right.
So when you see a man who has a large following of women, but not a large following of men, then something's wrong.
Mhm.
Something is actually wrong with that, because men, we have an inherent nature in us to follow masculinity. This is why our fathers are so important to us. The same way with women, your daddy's girls, right?
Mhm.
There is something in us to follow masculinity, follow the man, or connect with that masculinity. And so what's happening is that men who look masculine, muscular, all that kind of stuff, but they preach an effeminate message. They
Mhm.
preach, they teach and show and life coach you to your feelings, but you don't have any results of anything. All you have is feelings based rhetoric, so that way he could get women for his own advantage. A
Mhm.
prime example of this that we just recently went through, especially in black community, was your boy Derrick Jackson,
Lord have mercy.
which is I think this is a very fascinating case to me, because he was one of those men who tried to uplift the woman by downplaying the guy
Mhm.
and making the man look so bad that it made the woman look beautiful and pure, and she queened up and everything like that. And come to find out, what he doing with his wife is cheating on her, lying to her, all this
Yep.
kind of stuff. And talking about how, I mean, he did a whole video with him and his wife together, talking about what he has done to her, cheating
That
on
was
her, and all this kind
insane.
of stuff, right?
Insane.
Insane.
Mhm.
What's really insane, let's go further. What's really insane is the fact that he did a reaction video to that video that he did with his wife, and he talked in third person
About
as a
himself.
matter
Yes.
about himself. As a matter of fact, in the video, he tells you, and I'm going to talk in third person, and people was like, and he said something about people were saying to him that, hey man, you do reaction videos to everything else about men. How about doing a reaction video to yourself? And he thought it was a good idea for him to talk in third person and react to the video of himself and talk about, yeah, this guy right here, you could tell that he lied, you could tell that he made his wife uncomfortable, blah blah blah. He was literally reacting to himself in his own video that he did with his wife. And he
Ridiculous.
still has a large following of women. What is that telling you? Right? That's telling you that there are a lot of women who want their feelings massaged. Ego.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling and emotion is different. You can have emotions, but when you're in your feelings, that means that that means you have a level of stubbornness that with a combination of naivety
Mm.
that creates a delusional perspective of yourself. And if anyone is able to incite that, or anyone is able to make that beautiful or make you feel good about that, then you will dwell there. And if a man does it, it's even better. As long as he looks good and he's attractive looking, he could
Mm.
tell me anything, because I'm attracted to the wrong thing. Obviously,
Right.
you're attracted to what he looks like instead of what's actually his actions and what's spewing out of his mouth.
Right. His
And the
character.
fact that there are
Integrity.
not a lot of men that respect what he says, especially men that are good men. Because we all saw the flex that he was doing. We all saw the game that he was playing. I'm like, this dude is literally downplaying men so bad. I mean, very bad. And then in contrast, telling the woman how good she is and what she deserves and pedestalizing the woman. Then coming to find out the whole time you was cheating on your wife, my boy.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Nice guy. Beware of the nice guy. He panders after your feelings, your ego. What
Mm-hmm.
a good man will do is challenge your ego, challenge you,
Yeah.
not because he's trying to control. The
No.
nice guy's the one trying to control. That's why he pandering.
Right. Do things this
But see,
way.
right. But when you conflate both of those things, you get mixed up on what a good man is and what the nice guy is. You think a good man is just someone who's accepting you for you. No. I don't want you just to accept me for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You see something great in me, tell me what that is. Or if you see something that I need to really work on, you concerned about, tell me what that is.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I know you're a good woman. It's the fact that you care about me so much that you don't mind risking offending me for the betterment of my own self.
Right.
That's a good woman. Same way with men. A man would challenge you for the betterment of you.
Yes.
He sees something in you that's better, and you see it in yourself too. You're just not motivated to get there. You may not feel the inclination to get there, but sometimes we need a little push, a little kick on the tush. You know what I'm saying? A little tush kick. Like, hey, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's because we need that sometimes, so that way we can snap out of that. I guess that delusional state that we might be in, or that stuck state that we might be in.
Because
So
when mm-hmm.
yeah, go ahead. You said what?
No, I was going to say, because when people continue to just be people pleasers or speak to that, then you stay in that
Mhm.
delusional state because you don't even realize that you're doing it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly the example of him is that what I'm talking about, people pleasing,
Mm-hmm.
and specifically the woman.
Mm-hmm.
But if a man is talking and the only way he is able to uplift a woman's value is by um downplaying and talking bad about men, then
Mm-hmm.
he just a player. He's just a player that loves to pander after your emotion, after your feelings. And then you get all caught up, and then next thing you know, you're in a situation where you so far deep into it, you don't even realize that you're being manipulated because you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted
Actually,
to open up with that. I know I was a
yeah.
little long-winded. I'm sorry, but
No.
just wanted to bring some clarity on that. That's one aspect of the nice guy. We're gonna talk about it some more, but go ahead, babe.
Yeah, you're good. That was a good introduction to what that was. I had a question though from what you said. So you talked about, the fathers in the home and being like daddy's girls, right? And
Mhm.
so if a woman doesn't, what if she doesn't have a man in the home? How does she know to follow that masculinity, or or what that looks like. And so is she easier or more susceptible to fall for the nice guy because there really hasn't been an example of what masculinity is and what that good man looks like?
Well, it depends on what she has been taught from her mom.
Mm,
That's the mother's job to teach her daughter what masculinity looks like, what it feels like, what it's supposed to be, and how to treat such masculinity.
yeah. Yeah.
These are things we need to be taught to do. Okay. Because that's what the mom is for too with their daughter. This is the reason why we need both perspectives, because that's how you get a holistic viewpoint. So what
Yeah.
tends to happen is that because the young lady doesn't have the father in her home on a consistent basis, because let's be real, the father may not be in the home, but he's around.
Hmm.
Pick her up on the weekends or through the week or something like that. Pick her up from school, whatever. I mean, there are times where the mom is the single parent, where the guy is nowhere to be found at all, and
Hmm.
that could be for any reason. Maybe the fact that she's keeping him away from the child, or he just don't want to be involved,
Right.
or he passed away. I mean, it's a whole bunch of reasons to be a single parent.
Right.
But we just love to put emphasis on the man as a deadbeat. And then when you look at these mothers, they raise daughters who don't know the difference between a good man and a nice guy.
Yeah.
So all the women who don't know anything about masculinity, they follow Derrick Jackson, Tito Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
instead of instead of following instead of following masculinity that doesn't mind being the bad guy for the betterment of something,
Yeah.
so a woman with that, she needs to be under the tutelage of someone. This is why we need mentors. We do.
Hmm.
She need to
Hmm.
be under a mentor. If she can't get it from a mom, which is the first person she should be able to get this from, but
Hmm.
just in case, get a mentor that understands masculinity. It could be from a woman or a man, or a man,
Hmm.
because there are a lot. Because let's be real, there are so many women who have guy friends always talk to them about everything. I'm one of those men who have had female friends, and they always call me and ask me for advice. They looking for a masculinity. They looking for the masculine advice and viewpoint about having a good man in their life.
What
And
you
then
think
when
about?
I start talking to them about when I start talking to them about what they need to do, then this is where we have these conversations, the back and forth. I don't mind doing the back and forth thing. It's not about an argument. It's the
Hmm.
fact that they're trying to gain an understanding. So what if he do this? I said, you're worried about him.
Right. What
If
do
you
you do?
conduct yourself in a certain manner, the good man will find you.
Hmm.
He that findeth a wife.
Not a good thing.
This is before he even marry you.
Hmm.
Before he even marry you, he found a wife. And what did he find? A good thing. Well, only a good man can find a good thing.
Hmm.
And that good man does what? Obtain what?
Favor.
Favor.
Hmm.
He obtained favor because of his diligence. He obtained favor because of his consistency. He obtained favor because he has a helpmeet that is going to be able to add to his purpose, to his life. See, God prepares the man already. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
God prepares the man. Christ is already prepared for us. We are getting ourselves ready for his return. He ready.
Right.
He already he the bridegroom. He ready, man. But we are not in a state of his return. We're not ready. Remember those 10 remember those 10 virgins in the Bible?
Hmm. Hmm.
5 was foolish, 5 was wise.
Right.
And the Bible says those that were ready went in. That's where that come from. Those 5 wise virgins, they were ready because they had the oil, They had their lamps trimmed. Everything was good. They was ready to go in. The five foolish women, they was out there partying in their 20s, getting drunk, acting a fool, and then at the last minute, they want to get a man
But wait,
because they were
Lord, wait.
right. Exactly. Well, let me get some. No, they weren't even asking the Lord to wait. They was trying to borrow from you,
Mm,
girl. What you do to get that oil? What you do to get your lamp trimmed and burned? What did you do? Can I get
mm,
some of you? What you got? The wise women said, no, you can't have that.
right.
No, these belong to us. The five went in. The five foolish got left behind.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
happened. And so this is what happens a lot of times when women hit, they call the wall. What they do is they squander their 20s and party and go out and have babies and do all kind of stuff. And then when they get 35 years old, 33 years old, they're like, man, now I want a good man. But you want a good man after you done had 3 kids by two
Mm,
different men because you wasn't understanding of what the nice guy looks like.
yeah.
You was just caught up in what he said and this and that. Y'all both got caught up. Y'all both mutually did this, and now you're at the place where it's like, man, see, and that's why I say sometimes when me and you talk in private, that's why I say sometimes there's a lot of women who resent their children because they
Mm.
resent the man they chose to have children with.
Right
So,
now, yeah. But I also think that, with that, because, like you said, they have 3 children, they were partying, doing whatever, but then they try to make that nice guy into the good man. Or they stay with him thinking, okay, yes, we're in a relationship where we're about to get married, but he's just a nice guy. He's not the good man. He's not the one for you. He's not the one that is leading you, that's able to speak to those things and bring them out of you so that you are the best version of yourself. They're just saying and doing what you want them to do, or say what you want to hear, giving you
mhm,
things, but that's just a false presentation of what is really supposed to be there. And I think
mhm,
that's the problem. We don't Some women don't have that example. So they fall for that. They think, oh, he's telling me this. Oh, he's doing that. He's so good and this great guy. And it's like, mm-mm. When you really get into the thick of things, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. I done spent 2 years now with this nice guy, and I really wanted the good man. And they
mhm,
try to make this nice guy into the good man. They try to mold, or thinking that they can change him into doing what
mhm.
a good man is supposed to do. And you can't change anybody. You can't fix someone.
But
They
you
have to
want
be
to know why
willing
that
to do
is?
it.
My bad. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Want to know why that is? Is because
Yeah.
they don't know what needs to be fixed or not. Because a nice guy keeps pandering to them. They're satisfied with that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
only until a violation of it's only until a woman is violated where she be like, man, this dude is terrible. He wasn't terrible when he was telling you all the sweet nothings,
Right.
taking you out on trips, getting you flued out, buying you Birkins, Louis Vuittons, umbrellas, all kind of
Really?
yeah, the new Louis Vuitton umbrellas with the LVs everywhere. Yeah, I mean
Okay.
when he was doing all the stuff, it was nothing wrong with him because he was satisfying you, your flesh desire. He was satisfying that. But when you found out that he had multiple women he was talking to, then all of a sudden it's like, I can't believe he was that kind of guy. Why not?
Right. It was just stuff. The substance wasn't there. The stuff on the meat and the potatoes that's supposed to be on the inside wasn't there.
Yeah. So how do you
You have all this
so
stuff and you're still empty.
right. So how do you discern? How do you discern the nice guy from the good man? You got to relinquish control and you have to you have to reject gifts.
Yeah.
No.
Hello. The
I
gifts
mean,
have to
women have
be
to
mm.
go ahead. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, babe. Go ahead.
that's okay.
I'm
I
sorry.
was
I
gonna
missed
say
that.
that's okay. The gifts have to be his integrity, his character. Those are the gifts. Those are the jewels and gems that you're looking for, not the physical purses, bags, trips, or whatever. What's on the inside? How, like you said on the last episode, how does he treat his mom? What's the relationship there? If he does have a child or something like that, and the child's mother, how do they co-parent? You have to look at all of those things. How does he treat his friends? What's his relationship with God? Those are the gifts. Those are the gems. What do
Mhm.
those look like?
And that's why the desires have to change.
Hmm.
They have to be pruned, I would say, or groomed, trimmed. Like a man This is a huge red flag. I'm about to tell you.
Mm.
A guy, you just met him, right? Talking about a new guy, you just met him,
Mhm.
and within 2 weeks, he trying to fly you out, take a trip with you,
Mm.
get you away, get you along. See that all of that is red flag behavior.
Yeah.
And see, if you the type of woman who equate or associate interest with gifts, then he already done allured you into the game.
Mm. That's a
Talking
good
about the
word.
nice
Allure.
guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, he allured you into the game. He like, man, she likes stuff. I want a man with a bag. I want a man with a bag. We talking about our young ladies, man. Our
Yeah.
young ladies that's 23, 24, 25 years old. Some of them already got 4 kids.
Mm. Mm.
We don't think it's a problem. And
Right.
then when you have men such as myself and other men who talk against the fact of the women's desire being tainted and jaded, now we sound like haters. Your appetite is not correct. Remember, we talked about that on one of our shows.
We
The
did.
woman said, "Him doing what he doing has nothing to do with him. It has everything to do with my appetite. I entertain what I have an appetite for.
Right.
Appetizer. That's just to get you ready for the entree.
That's right.
Now here it is. You like, man, I just want some tater skins. Okay, you got the tater skins. You had an appetite for that. Get you just to get your buds ready, and then here come the entree. And barring where you're at, the entree can be a great experience or a bad experience.
Mhm.
I remember one time I went to Cracker Barrel. I was excited. I had my book with me. I was ready to write. I having breakfast by myself, taking
Mhm.
myself to breakfast on a Saturday morning. I had my black book with me, and I had my pen. I was ready to just write, chill a little bit, and I had ordered my food and everything like that. And I never had an issue with Cracker Barrel. Then all of a sudden, I had my scrambled eggs, all this kind of stuff, and then all of a sudden, I just heard just shells, and I'm like, hold on. I started spinning it out. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Ooh.
Shells all in my scrambled eggs.
Mm-mm.
I gave them back the whole plate. I didn't tell them to just scrape the eggs off.
Right.
No, I don't know what else is going on. So you take this whole thing back.
Mhm.
I'm so sorry, sir. Like, is there anything we can do? Yeah, just give me the check. That's all. I'm just gonna pay for my beverages, but I'm not. I said this plate though. I'm not paying for the plate. You see what I'm saying? And
Right.
I haven't been back to that Cracker Barrel since
Yeah. Yeah.
because it ain't no. You ain't gonna do me like that, man. And I leave good tips. I leave good tips, man. I'm a
Mhm.
tipper. I'm a tipper. I love to tip. And let me tell you something. I'm not gonna leave a 50% tip on something like that. I like leaving
Right.
good tips. So when I go out
Right.
somewhere and I'm eating and this a luxurious experience for someone else to cook for you. That's luxury at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tip them. The waitress or waiter, they don't make a lot of money per hour. They make good money off the tips. I'm gonna tip them. But you ain't gonna give me no eggshell scrambled egg though. I mean, uh, it might as well have been a whole shell in there.
Gross. That is gross.
It is.
Yeah.
But
But I think that
that's
sorry.
the nice guy. That's the nice guy. The presentation looks good. Everything is great. All that
Mhm.
kind of stuff. Then when you bite into it, you like, what is going on? There's something in here that can harm me. What is it? You got to find out what it is, and then it's like, oh, only until you learn how to cook at home for yourself
Mm.
is where you realize, like, okay, I need to back up a little bit.
Yeah. But
Take a
some
look.
people,
Take a better look. Mhm.
for sure, take a better look. But some people will just scrape the eggs off and eat the other stuff on the plate, thinking that, oh, I
Mhm.
can still eat this breakfast. I can still
Mhm.
get to it. Some may, return the whole plate and want something different, but it's it's like, nah, you should just gave him back the plate, let it go.
Mhm. Yeah,
Move
let it
on, pay
go.
for your stuff, like you said, and just let it go. But they don't. They try to go around it, or they're like, oh, you know what, just let me have the appetizers. I don't want the
Mhm.
entree. I'm just gonna have the appetizers. That's it. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna take that. We have the wrong way of thinking about these relationships and what nice guys are, really.
I remember doing a show on the Mailroom Network. We have a show called Coffee and Conversation. I remember doing an episode about the 4 types of daters.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the daters I talked about was the casual dater. The interesting thing about the casual dater is that they appear to want a relationship, but they really don't.
That's it.
They give you the presentation as if they're serious about you, but they're not. They're keeping their options open.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone is keeping their options open with someone, they're not totally vested in you.
Not at all. Mm-mm.
So the 4 types are the purposeless dater, has no real rhyme or reason to date you.
Mm-hmm.
They're just doing it for sport. The serial dater, who can't help but date multiple people all the time. They always out on a date. They go from one man to another or one woman to another over and over and over. They just do boop, 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 boop. It's serial. They do, and it's always the same type. It's always the same type of man. He wear Cartier glasses. He got Timberlands. He was whack. Then the next dude, he got Cartier glasses, Timberlands, and he got waves in his head. He was whack. Then the next dude, he still got Timbs because it's just something about them Timberlands,
Oh Lord.
right? Yeah, serial dater. And then you have the casual dater, which I just talked about, where he or she appears to want a relationship, but they don't.
Mm-mm.
They really don't. They got their options open. They afraid of relationships. They're afraid to commit because they've been hurt before or whatever reason.
Whatever the reason
And then
is.
you have the intentional dater who prefers to court over dating people. He's intentional. She's intentional. And they're exclusively date. You can interchange the word intentional with exclusive. These are exclusive daters. These are people who date one person, who court one individual
One
for the
person.
sole purpose, right? For the sole purpose of marriage as the outcome. Now we can play all these little semantic games if we want to, but that's the outcome. Now, if you're dating to have sex, you're casual. If you're dating to have sex, you're serial. If you're dating to have sex, you're purposeless. Because you don't even have to date to do that. You could just go on out there and just get it now. You got OnlyFans. You got all kind of stuff going on. You got up the street. Like, so what is the purpose behind all of this? So you got to be aware of the nice guy. Now, there are some women who married a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're in a marriage where they're realizing that this is not a good man. How do I navigate in that space?
Mm-hmm.
See, and so this is the reason why we need mentors. We need people who know how to navigate in life.
So those married to the nice guy, can he eventually turn into a good man within that marriage, or is there just kind of like,
Yeah,
okay,
it's up to him.
yeah,
Yeah,
be the right people to speak into his life and to be that mentor and coach.
Yeah, I'm not saying nice guys who have a proclivity to be passive can't grow. I'm talking specifically about nice guys who pander after women to take advantage of them.
Yeah.
And the women can't distinctively distinguish between nice and good because they're caught up in how you make them feel because all you care about is yourself. See, there's a flip side to this whole thing. The man he panders after you, and you want him to pander after you.
Mm-hmm.
He pedestalized you. You've already pedestalized yourself. You already told yourself. You said what?
And so when there's someone treat me like the queen that I am.
Yeah, you are the table. You bring nothing but yourself, and that should be enough. And the man is like, okay, cool. I'll pay for that. Like I asked one time on one of our shows on the Mirror Network, if a man takes you out on a date and the date is $100 and y'all end up having sex, what's the difference between a man just giving you $100 for sex? The only difference is that he did not make you feel like a whoremonger or a prostitute. He made you feel good about yourself. because you already told yourself the very thing that he been saying to you.
Wow.
It's a premeditated thought. All he doing is massaging the premeditated thought that you already got in your mind. Therefore, the nice guy will always get you. He'll always pander to you. He'll always play to your emotions and your feelings, and you don't care as long as he give you that money, as long as he give you those dates, as long as he take you out on those trips. Then
Mm.
what? Then after that, then what? What do you have left? You don't have anything that's foundational for a relationship.
No. Mm-mm.
So
Nothing at all. You might get a baby out of it, but you have no man that's there that wants to marry you and be with you or build a life.
there you go.
Mm.
Single parent.
Wow.
Yeah. Hookup culture.
That's what it is.
See,
Instant
a
gratification.
nice guy, yeah, a nice guy, he'll take you on a date. He'll say all these things that he want. And you know what he'll say? These the magic words, ladies. Ladies, these are the magic words. When he say to you, like, I'm not looking for nothing serious right now. I just want to have fun. Just want to, I just want to see what might happen. You know what I'm saying? We go out on a date. If it happens, it happens. If we end up in a
Mm.
relationship, then we just end up in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just keeping my option open. But I'm not looking for nothing too serious. That's casual.
Ladies, y'all heard them magic words now. I know y'all have heard it.
I'm
You know
telling
you heard it.
ladies, your big brother is trying to help you out a little bit. See, the generation before us, the Gen Xers, were the product of the baby boomers,
Mm-hmm.
right? And some of us millennials are product of the baby boomers.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't tell us the game because it was a different time back then.
Yeah.
See, the game had just started. See, the Great Society, Single Parent Home Welfare Act, all that kind of stuff going on. It just started in 65. So by the time we get here in 82, 81, 80, 79, they just telling us now the game has evolved. Now you could get more incentive on having a baby out of wedlock.
That's terrible. Oh, it's
Yeah,
terrible.
you get more assistance.
Mm-hmm.
So what you need a man for? If Uncle Sam is being baby daddy as well,
Yeah.
and then don't let the young man move on to another relationship. If he take care of his kids, you still gonna throw him on child support? That's what women will do to a good man. But a nice guy, she'll protect him to the T because he pander. And this is, ladies, this is what we're talking about. Well, we're, the pandering part is the trap.
Mm-hmm.
It's the massaging of your ego. That's the trap to get you to do what it is that he wants you to do, or to
Yeah.
take advantage of what he wants to take advantage of. So you got to be aware of the nice guy. The nice guy's gonna always pander. He's gonna and he's not, and he's gonna seek the validation of all the other people. And most of the time, those people are gonna be women.
Mm.
And then he will downplay men. Ladies, have you ever talked to a man that you met, and then you confided into him about your bad relationship? Then all of a sudden he start dogging your man. I'll be like, girl, you don't deserve to be treated like that. See, that's why you with me, because I can treat you better than him. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I do this, that, and the other. He big himself up by tearing down the man that you just had. And then come to find out he ain't no better.
Woo.
That's what nice guys will do, man.
Ladies, beware. Beware. It's not about the stuff. It's not about the trips. It's not about any of that. Look at that man's character, his integrity, the way he composes himself in those relationships with the people in his life, his loved ones, his relationship with God. That's what you need to be looking at. Mm, 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 mm.
Look for a godly relationship in a man. If a man has a godly relationship, that's a good start.
Mhm.
Not a churchy relationship, a
Mm.
godly relationship.
People can go to church and not know God.
Come on, hey,
Okay.
help, girl.
For sure. They can go to church but not know God. No.
Not know him,
Mm-mm.
and he
But
don't
you
know
can
them.
be exactly. But you can still
Mhm,
be at home reading your word, knowing God's word, following that, and that's the godly relationship. How you
mhm,
conduct yourselves with other people, that's the godly relationship, not just because you
mhm.
go to church.
That doesn't
Mm.
mean anything now.
Not at
I
all.
mean, like, I remember me and you was talking. We had a conversation. I was like, "Where the baptismal pools at?" And
Right.
and then you said to me they was covered up with by the LED screens in the back. the LED screens are covered up the pool, baby.
They up
Like,
there.
dang, dog. No, that's crazy, man. But that is what it is. I mean, but that's one of the things that about the nice guy, the pandering is one thing that he'll do. He
Mhm.
will talk bad about men. You will see a lot of women agree with him,
Mhm.
and then you will see the fact that there is a disingenuous spirit that he carries. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
just like the devil, man. Like the devil can make everything sound nice.
So, oh, this looks good. You should do this.
You heard
Do
what he
that.
said.
Go ahead.
You remember what he told Eve? You shall not surely die.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna die. No, here, take the fruit. You won't surely die. Not you. Oh, and she bit it. Nothing happened. See, I told you. I told you nothing gonna happen to you. Now give it to Adam. Because since nothing happened to you, ain't nothing gonna happen to him. So give it to Adam.
Mm.
Adam, Adam, with his crazy behind, watch that woman walk up to him with the fruit from that tree.
He did.
And there's something that happened. There was something that was being said because he ate it. His choice, pleasing, trying to please, and then next thing you know, sin entered into the world. And God gave out some lashes and said, listen, from the sweat of your brow, you're gonna work for the rest of your days. And ma'am, because you did what you did, when you have childbirth, you're gonna be in pain.
Lord have mercy.
And the devil, you're gonna always be on your belly. 1, 2, 3. All of them got that work. And this is what happens. The serpent comes in the form of a nice guy with a six-pack, tall, make money, nice looking.
I got you, girl. I'm gonna take care of you.
Smooth
My
talker.
one and only.
And beware of enticing words, because that's what a nice guy will do. And I'm gonna tell you something else about a nice guy. We're gonna stop here. Nice guys don't have no problem sleeping with women that's married.
Ooh.
You married, he know you're married, you're having problems with your relationship. You talking to him, you shouldn't be talking to him in the first place. That's another story. That's another show.
Another episode.
And then all of a sudden, y'all get into a situation where y'all alone by yourself, but that and you shouldn't be. And then next thing you know, y'all in there slapping bellies. And then you like, oh my God, what did I just do? A nice guy, like, I mean, it is what it is. You know, we two adults. I'm telling you, this river runs deep.
It does. It
Runs
does.
deep. There's a component of a nice guy that has no structure, and a good man has boundaries and structure. If a man sleeps with, I don't care if the woman is separated. I don't care if it doesn't matter. If she is still married and that man sleep with her, I'm telling you, it's not good. He don't
Separated
have
is
no
still
boundaries.
married, y'all. Separated is still married.
Yeah, he don't have no boundaries.
Yeah.
Separated, still married. And you don't have no boundaries either.
No boundaries, no nothing. You just like, oh yeah, let's do it. Yeah,
It's always takes two, man.
It does.
Anything else you want to say?
No, you done you
I was
done put it
feeling
out there and gave us some some words of wisdom, things to look for. So yeah, you in there.
I appreciate you, baby, for letting me cook. You could tell I had some stuff on my mind, so I appreciate you giving me the platform to do this. Now, this part of the show is where we do insightful reaction. So let's go ahead and get it popping. All right.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and check out this video.
Okay.
So the question is, what if you find someone with all the qualities you want, but physically there's no attraction?
Right.
Or do you go with the person who you're physically attracted to, but they don't have all the qualities?
Right.
Many times when it comes to women, we will pick the man that we want because he looks good and we look good on paper. But then we spend the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years trying to make him change to be what I need.
Yeah, exactly.
So you never want to compromise a need for a want because my wants can change.
Right.
That man that I wanted this year, 3 years from now, I'm going to want something else.
Right.
But the things you need don't change. Things like validation, things like affirmation, things like security and protection, those needs are going to be there no matter how old you get, no matter where your life goes.
Right.
That need is stable. It's predictable. And while the good man who may not be as attractive, may not be as thrill seeking or as exhilarating, you may not get fireworks,
as romantic or as
right.
as
You're not going to get that
enthusiastic.
picture perfect fireworks, but you will get something real. So the question then becomes: do I value what's real to fit my need, or do I go off of my want that gives me immediate gratification?
Right.
Stop playing with me. Do I know how to pick them or what?
You know how to pick them.
Go ahead, baby.
Listen, y'all, this man here. I don't know where you be finding these reels. Okay, you was intentional for sure, but she spoke absolute facts. We fall for the man that looks good, but there's no substance, no value to him. There's nothing that he's not meeting my needs at all. He looks good on the outside. He got a nice car. He has a great job. He done flown out to this country or that country. I've come along on some trips or whatever that may be, but there's no value, and there's nothing of what I need. And women fall for this all the time, all the time. Oh my gosh, girl, he makes 6 figures. You don't went to Dubai? What? Yeah, but at the end of the day, you alone. Okay, you're by yourself. You might be raising this little crumb snatcher. That's it. You're not married. That you're none of that. Absolute facts in that video.
She talked about the good man may not be attractive, may not fulfill the natural desires and all that kind of stuff. She said, do I go for that, or do I go after the man and seek him because I get immediate gratification, is what she said.
Instant gratification. Yeah.
That's why, and we touched on that today. Like, ladies, you all contribute to the dating culture just like every other man. The problem is that there are women who will try to exclude themselves from responsibility of how this has happened. It's impossible. It's like saying a woman is not able to show aggression. Like, that's impossible. Men show aggression physically. Women tend to show aggression through verbal aggression, and that is associated with innuendo, gossip, and reputation destruction. So they don't go after men physically. Some do because they're crazy, because they don't think a man will hit them back. And then when they find out a man hit them back, they want to cry. But you go after him. You go after his reputation. You go after his, you gossip. You create a rumor. You do. Those are the things that's aggression. To say that women are not aggressive would be a fallacy. So that's the same way as with the dating culture. To say women have no responsibility of the dating culture is a fallacy. And this is the reason why men like myself, I don't mind you hating me for 5 minutes if it's going to cost you 10 years of happiness. You may hate me for the 5 minutes that I'm talking, but for the next 5 years, you're going to be happy. You're going to be happy with yourself. You're going to be happy with the outcome of your relationship and things of that nature, because everybody have to contribute to the culture individually. It's my individual responsibility. That's the reason why I had to take action. Divest from dating. No more dating. Before I met you, no dating.
Yeah.
No kicking it with nobody. No trying to figure out what it's going to be. Nope. I'm getting myself together first. That way I can get better outcomes for myself.
Right.
Then I met you. How that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Her thing in this video is telling the women, check your desire, check your
Mm-hmm.
attraction. What
Yeah.
are you attracted to? If you're attracted to all the physical attributes of a man and all the things that come with him from a tangible standpoint, you have already defeated yourself. You've defeated yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. So ladies, beware
Mhm,
of the nice guy, but don't just look at what the package looks like. It may be
mhm,
wrapped in this pretty bow, it's put together all nice, colors matching and everything like that. But the best gifts are ones that are not neatly packaged together. It's all the stuff, the
mhm,
things that are on the inside that make up that gift, that make it memorable, that make it the gift, that
mhm,
make it significant to you and the best for
mhm.
you for what
Yeah,
you need. Hmm.
yeah, yeah. Just be careful. Don't conflate the good man and the nice guy and think you're gonna get good man results because you got a nice guy. No, no, no. It don't work that way.
Right.
Again, pandering, talking bad about men to uplift women,
Hmm.
playing to your ego, playing to your desires, giving you things early. That's what
Yes.
nice guys do. I do this for you. I do this for you early. They met you 2 weeks ago. They already trying to pay your rent. It comes with a price.
It sure does. It
It's
sure
coming with
does.
a price.
Hmm.
Man, and that kind of nice guy that does that, he'll throw it up in your face.
Well, I paid your
Sure
rent, so
will.
now you owe me.
Oh yeah, yeah. Or
Hmm.
remember what I did for you?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So that kind of thing. So shout out to the episode, man. It's a good episode right here. You know what I'm saying?
Very good. Very, very good.
Um, Thank you so much for tuning in to Intimate Insights Roadmap for Relationships. We had to deep dive a little bit about the nice guy because we didn't get enough time to do it on our previous episode where we talked about the nice guy and the good man. But if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please email us at intimateinsightspodcast@gmail.com. Go ahead and follow our Facebook group, Intimate Insights Roadmap for Relationships. That's www.facebook.com/groups/intimate insights, where your host, myself, and Miss Chill, we will be conducting the page. And we want people to enjoy themselves on that page too. We want people to feel free to comment, feel free to post concerns, questions, and start a conversation about what's going on in relationships. If you are in a relationship with a nice guy, email us intimate insights podcast@gmail.com. And if you want us to, just talk to you one-on-one, we are more than happy to do that as well.
Sure.
Or in a group setting as well. It doesn't matter. But that's all I have for today. Any last words?
I don't. I definitely replay this episode and take note because there was definitely some gems that you dropped as far as what to look for. You really know how to conduct yourself when there is a nice guy and what that looks like. So I think that you were spot on with that. Seriously.
I appreciate it.
Mhm.
Well, this is Intimate Insights Roadmap for Relationships. Remember, no relationship is perfect, including ours. So let's follow this roadmap together. I'm your boy Tay Biz.
And I'm your girl, Chill.
Peace.
Peace.